The following is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. And you know what day it is? It's Wednesday. You know what that means? It's episode 6 of Where Are They Now Wednesdays with Playing on Sports, Kent Mueller, and Kent's email's there at the bottom, playingonsports@gmail.com. Also, his newsletter is available for free. Just got to sign up to get it, playingonsports.substack.com. And Kent, before we go any further, I know this is the Wednesday following a Memorial Day, and wanted to kind of reach out and let folks know that Memorial Day is a time where we honor those men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our country. These are the folks that give us the opportunity to do what we do now. And, this is unlike Veterans Day. This is a Memorial Day. And just wanted to kind of keep that going as we remember those folks who, and there is someone right now standing on post that's willing to take a bullet for you and I. And there will be some servicemen and women who will be mortally wounded here in the next few days. Just think about those folks and their families, and giving us all the freedoms that we enjoy. And Ken, I know you also very aware of that, but it's time, once again to talk a little. Where are they now? And Ken, how was your Memorial Day weekend?
It was a good weekend. It was good weather. Was able to get out and go see where some of our family members are buried, and also to take in some of the festivities with somber festivities of Memorial Day. The good weather really helps you get into the right frame of mind. What we enjoy, like just the good weather, what we enjoy because of what they did for us by giving their lives.
Outstanding. Well, it's postseason, for most sports, but a lot of them are completed. So kind of have a reduced version, so to speak, of where are they now. As we just talked a little bit about Division I, Division II baseball, and then Division I softball. But baseball, they have begun their postseason play at the Division I and Division II level, and we've got a lot of athletes around the country who went to high school here in Missouri. And we'll start off with the Division I baseball tournament regionals, which are double elimination, and who are some folks you're kind of watching to keep an eye on, and folks that we can read about at playingonsports.substack.com.
You are right. There are 40 athletes from Missouri that are spread out on 19 different college rosters throughout from coast to coast, playing baseball in the Division I postseason tournament. And I'm not going to touch on every one of them, but I want to highlight some who I think are going to make some things happen here in the postseason. And I'm going to start out with a player at the University of Evansville. Evansville is representing the Missouri Valley Conference. And I like this guy because he's a freshman. He's getting it done at the big-time level. He's a left-handed pitcher out of Fort Zumwalt West. He leads his team with 8 wins and only has 1 loss, 98 and a third innings pitched, and he has 77 strikeouts. So he's already the leading pitcher on a postseason Division I team just as a freshman, doing a great job. Also, for the University of Evansville is an outfielder out of Priory. He's a graduate student. His name's Mark Stellenberger. He leads the Purple Aces with a .388 batting average. He has scored 67 runs, which is a team lead. He also leads in slugging percentage at .710 and also on base percentage at .533. So great representation from Missouri helping to push the University of Evansville into the Division I postseason. Also in the postseason is Louisiana Tech. They're coming out of the Conference USA. There's a junior left-handed pitcher from Bell City, Luke Nichols, and he leads his team with a 3.64 ERA and has pitched 77 innings. And he has a strikeout ratio of almost 3-1. Notice how many times when I talk about these Missouri players going on these teams, and they're leaders on their teams, and they're the ones that are the key players that are getting these teams into the postseason. Uh, Up at Kansas State, powering Kansas State this year, Chuck Ingram. He's a senior outfielder out of Rockers, and he brings the power. He leads the Wildcats with 19 home runs and 9 home runs in the Big 12, and that's quite a number for the Big 12. The Southeast Missouri State, that's out of the Ohio Valley Conference. They have 10 players from Missouri, and one of their best is Brooks Kettering. He too is a freshman. He's an infielder. He comes out of Glendale High, and he's getting it done with a 303 batting average and a 435 on base percentage, and he's started 58 of their 59 games. That's, again, a freshman getting it done. Also for Southeast Missouri State is Ty Strauss. He's a senior infielder. He comes from Lafayette High in Wildwood. He leads SEMO with on base plus slugging at 970. He also leads with 17 doubles and a 435 on base percentage. Indiana State, out of the Missouri Valley Conference, there's a senior out of Helias. He's a left-handed pitcher, Zach Davidson. He's 5-1, has a 2.41 ERA, and it's a strikeout to walk ratio in excess of 4. That certainly gets you your 5 wins and gets your team into the postseason. He has 80 strikeouts and only 17 walks. At Bryant University, which is in the America East Conference, there's Toby Scheid. He's a sophomore, right-handed pitcher. He's out of Rockbridge. Clemson University, one of the top teams in the country, out of the Atlantic Coast Conference, is Toby Obertroff. He's a graduate student. He's their catcher. He comes from Westminster Christian. He batted .310 this year with a team leading 1.098 on base plus slugging percentage while hitting 19 home runs in the ACC. The University of Nebraska, representing the Big Ten Conference, another freshman. This one out of Nevada. He's an infielder, Case Sanderson. He's making it big in the Big Ten, hitting .340, and he leads the Huskers with a 472 on base percentage. So that's some really great players on the Division I level, helping their teams into the postseason tournament at the Division I level. Division II level, there are 2 teams that have Missouri high school talent on them. The one I'm going to focus on is Central Missouri. They're out of the Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletics Association. Chase Heath, a junior catcher, he's out of Christian High in St. Louis. He led the Mules with a 392 batting average, an 804 slugging percentage, and a 478 on base percentage. Also leading the Central Missouri Mules is Carter Young, a redshirt senior. He's out of Lee Summit West. He plays in the outfield. And he's just behind Chase with a 373 batting average and 705 slugging percent. And he is even with Chase with his 478 on base percentage. And on the mound is a right-handed pitcher out of Tipton. He's a junior, Hunter Wolf. He leads his team with a 4.17 ERA. He's 12-0 so far this year, and a big reason he's 12-0, 85 strikeouts and only 16 walks. So there's some really good talent in Division II out of Missouri also.
Well, you look at some of those names, Brooks Kettering at Southeast Missouri, He was a Springfield area leadoff club player of the year a year ago when he played at Glendale. Connor Wolf at Tipton. I watched his team play yesterday in the semifinals in the Class II state tournament, and they got beat by a very good Iberia team who won the state championship today, and they finished 27-0. And coincidentally, their last loss was to Ash Grove a year ago, who won the state title, and they finished the season 27-0 a year ago. So back-to-back state champions in Class II who run the table. But a lot of fun going on as you talk about some of the events kind of wrapping up here. High school baseball is the same way, as they will finish up Friday and Saturday with classes 5 and 6. And now moving into softball, we've just got just a couple of folks still really playing, but they're in the top 8 teams in the country.
That's correct. There were 2 teams with players from Missouri on their rosters going into this last weekend. There were, I think it was 11 players at Missouri. However, they lost 2 games to 1 to Duke. So Missouri bows out of the tournament. They were in the final 16. Now they're in they were trying to get to the final 8. Duke will get there instead of Missouri. That leaves number 1 Texas, and they have not only Missouri talent, but they have 2 players, and they have one of the top field position players and one of the top pitchers out of Missouri. As we know, those 2, we've talked about them before. Ashton Maloney of Liberty leads off for Texas, while Mac Morgan of Sherwood has 15 wins against only 1 loss this year after this last weekend. Texas defeated Texas A&M 2 games to 1. They did it the hard way. They lost the first game and won the second 2. Mac Morgan pitched in all 3 games. She picked up the win in relief. In game 2, she picked up the win as the starter in game 3. So she got both of the wins. They got the number 1 team in the country, Texas, past a very good Texas A&M team, and now they move on into the final 8 teams. So that wraps it up for softball for now. We will hopefully have more good things to report on both Ashton and Mac next week.
Very good. And before we jump off here, we're still compiling the Career 1000, and I've put that email up as it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and just kind of give the folks an idea of the numbers and where we are at this time with this.
Well, we have over 750 names already, and we think that maybe we're only 20% of the way of the total names.
Kent, you froze up a little bit there. Can you still hear me? Well, once again, we've been visiting with Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports. Gmail.com. Now you're back. Hey, this has been another event of Playing on Sports. Where are they now, Wednesday? See you next week.
Hi, I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days. Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.